These long-tailed blackbirds, they come here every spring. And I haven't seen them messing with any bird nests, but the birds don't like them. What happens, the flycatchers are up here now, and they're like a police force, and they'll run them off. But they won't run them off until they start nesting. The flycatchers are so tough, they won't stand for birds like this to be around here. We'll get a bunch of them in here and they'll get up on these trees. Sometimes they'll get water here, but the flycatchers will run them off. The flycatcher, they love this tree here, and they got nests up there, but they just hadn't laid eggs yet. But they will probably pretty soon. The only bird that they can't fight against is the roadrunners. The roadrunners, they're just like the dinosaurs on that Jurassic Park, the real bad ones. And they run, and they, not that big giant one, but them smaller ones, they're just like them. They think they can go up trees, they can just run up a tree, they can fly in a tree, and they look for nests. They're always thinking, them roadrunners. Last year, there was a family of the flycatchers up there, and they was trying their best to keep that roadrunner away from their nest. They was darting at them, and we come by, threw sticks at them like, get out of here. But I think they didn't have a family later on, so I think the roadrunner got up there and ate their babies. But the flycatchers, they're fierce fighters, but they just can't stand up against a roadrunner. Once the flycatchers start nesting, they'll patrol all these trees and run off hawks and crows, and they're so they can fly like upside down and all around like a hummingbird. They're just great flyers, and I've seen them jump on hawks and crows' backs, and they'll get on their back and they know right where to get, and they'll peck on them. And especially the hawks, well, crows will too, but they'll fly upside down and try to knock them off their back, and then them flycatchers, they get right back on them and just peck them. And they get in a spot where a crow or hawk can't reach them on their back, and they ride them like horses. They just get on them and off they go. They're really roadrunners. Oh, they'll hunt in a pair, and they remind me of between a cat and a wolf. And if this was brush, one would go around one way and the other would go around the other way. And they lay behind the wood and they squat down and wait, just like a cat. So they're pretty great hunters. And even a tree like this, they'll just zoom right up it. Go right up that. If they see a nest, you'll see them looking. And they look around and look for nests. They're something. I think they're more of a hunter than a hawk. A hawk, they do have sneak attack in the air, but they come in so quick to surprise the birds and get them that way. Where a roadrunner, they sneak and they look and they think. And a pair of them, when they have babies, they're out hunting, and there's nothing safe. You get frogs, lizards, birds. They like baby birds, eggs. They eat everything. They'll eat a sparrow, full-grown sparrow. That's why the flycatchers don't want to get close to them, because they might kill them, grab them. Their neck is like a snake. They'll go like this, and then all of a sudden, whoa, they'll reach out and grab the birds. So they're pretty tough. But anyway, I'm glad to see the flycatchers here, and I don't see them this morning. They're not established right now. They're just kind of flying around, and I hope they come back. But they probably will, because they do like a tree like this. They like it open. And even the orioles will come up here, and they love this tree. And they just like it open. So anyway, I want to tell you about my flycatchers. We're so happy when they come. In fact, once established and they're in the mode to chase everything, I can let the chickens out early because they're protected by the flycatchers. If a hawk comes in here, up there, them flycatchers are on watch, and they go right after the hawk. So they really, help the chickens too. I got some baby birds up here. I don't know if you can hear them. Hey, babies. So what I did, the birds, when we moved here, that was a chicken box out in one of them sheds. And so I made, or Bill fixed it up for me to be a bird nest. And the birds kept flying in the wrong nest. So one of them would have a nest down here, but they'd go over there. So I made these symbols up, and sure enough, the birds follow the symbol. And they know what nest it is. And what happens, the smaller blackbirds, they come in here and run them off and lay their eggs. But this box here, the other day, and I don't know what's in it, I haven't seen the parents, but right down here was a blue egg. And I told Bill, I thought, well, what in the world's laying a blue egg? And, eggshell. So there's something in there hatched out, but I don't know what it is. And one of the smaller blackbirds went in there yesterday. He looked, and then he come back out. He didn't bother him. So I don't know if it's their babies. I didn't think blackbirds had blue eggs, but they might. But anyway, after painting these symbols, the birds got along a lot better. There was no fussing over the nest. Worked out great. Just thought I'd show you. There's one of them birds. Sitting on that post. The other birds don't like them, but they haven't even tried. They haven't even tried to bother anybody. But they won't be around much longer, because them flycatchers will chase them away. But I enjoy the sound that they give. I just call them a long-tailed blackbird. I see them around smaller towns, around parks and zoos, stuff like that. But they always come by here every spring and stay for a while. And then the flycatchers will run them off. They won't stand for it. Well, thanks for watching from out west Homestead. I appreciate it.